Namaste and welcome to Kiska brand Bajega, Marketing All Stars, India's biggest marketing talk show. Today in the Legacy launch, we'll embark on a marketing journey through the glittering world of NAC Jewellers, a brand that's been weaving magic for over a century with its stunning jewellery and amazing designs. Joining us is none other than Mr. Nathella Anandha Ramanujam, the Executive Director of NAC Jewellers. Hi Anand, welcome to Kiska brand Bajega, Marketing All Stars, India's biggest marketing talk show.
Hi, it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
NAC Jewellers' journey began almost 100 years ago. And, it is a brand which is nurtured by generation, each bringing in, their own unique perspectives. So how did it all start? And what's your journey of disrupting the entire Indian ethnic jewelry market?
See, our journey started around 1917 when my great-great-grandfather started making jewelry at home. And then in 27, my great-grandfather set up a shop. And that shop went to my grandfather's brother. So my grandfather started the brand NAC Jewellers in 1973. And actually, if you see this year, we've completed 50 years as a brand NAC Jewellers. So we've always been trying to innovate and bring out something new. And each generation, my dad, myself, my brother, all of us have contributed in our own different ways in terms of technology, adapting to what is today and, everything. So it's always, it's been a great journey and it's been my honor to be part of such a legacy.
Congratulations firstly for the Golden Jubilee. 50 years, it's a big, it's something very big you've embarked on. Talking about IPL now. In 2022, NAC Jewellers strategically partnered with CSK, a prominent team in the IPL. So how did this sponsorship with a high-profile IPL team benefit the brand in terms of visibility and engagement?
IPL, as we all know, is becoming bigger, every year. And it was actually, we were very lucky to be associated with such a big name. CSK has their own, fan following and a huge brand, brand appearance. So we were lucky enough to be associated with them, and we were actually their official jewelry partner. And we were given the opportunity to design specific jewelry for them. And it was a very strategic move that we did when I was part of it. And it really helped us in a lot of visibility because, when we are associated with names like MS Dhoni and Suresh Raina, it's definitely a big move. It did help us a lot in terms of brand visibility.
As a brand deeply rooted in rich traditions and a legacy of all these years, how do you intend to maintain relevance while remaining authentic to your foundational values?
We always try to stay relevant because our brand, when me and my brother came in, we wanted to, capture the core values of the brand. And we did this exercise by, talking to employees who were already part of the company for 20, 30 years, already in the company. So we, based on what they had thoughts about what the brand was, we came out with 4 values that, NAC stood for. So they're basically one power where, all of us come together for the greater good. One identity where we base our identity on, excellent craftsmanship, quality and designs. And then we have one promise where we do the right thing, we stand for the right thing, and our brand is based on a lot of integrity and a lot of business values. And the last being one king, where the age-old saying of, customer is king, it plays here. And whatever we do, whether it is marketing or whether it is production, sales or maintenance, we always have our customer in our mind, and we ensure we always deliver the best for them.
Exactly, customer-centric brand, I would say, right? You guys have launched new collections, especially in the royal segment, like your Maharani collection. So is it, what really played role in these authentic and aesthetic designs? Is culture a part of it?
We always come up with new ideas in terms of different collections, and Maharani was one such collection. We wanted to stay relevant to what is the trend right now, what are the designs right now, and all that. If you see that one particular collection, it has different segments and different parts of India that has inspired the collection. Our Maharani collection consists of 4 different types of products. One being the Jaipur Jadao jewelry, the other being, the uncut diamond jewelry, which is based from Jaipur and some from Hyderabad as well. And then we also have the Victorian jewelry, which is, very much in trend right now in Hyderabad. And
Hmm.
also, we have the Kemp jewelry, which we call it Kemp, but it's basically the Jaipur Kundan jewelry that's become, trendy now thanks to the
Hmm.
movies like Ponniyin Selvan and, all that.
Hmm.
So we do a lot of research when we are doing, a collection, and it takes us close to 6 to 8 months to bring it to the store because we have our designers, we do a lot of mood boards, we sketch it out, then we do sampling, and then is when it hits the stores. So one such collection recently that we launched is also Gaja, which we launched it during our Golden Jubilee year. We've taken the elephant motive and incorporated in our jewelry, and honoring the elephants, the beautiful elephants.
That's really insightful, honestly speaking. NAC Jewellers introduced Stylery, an online store catering to everyday fashion jewelry needs. How does the brand maintain equilibrium between its online and offline presence, and how does this comprehensive approach contribute to fostering a favorable brand image?
Stylery was, I'm proud to say that it's my brainchild. And when we wanted to launch Stylery, basically wanted to fill in a gap. There was a lot of requirement for workwear jewelry and lightweight jewelry in the market. So we wanted to, balance that out by, creating a separate brand, because our brand, NAC Jewellers, is more associated with a lot of traditional jewelry and, bridal jewelry, whereas we wanted a brand that can cater to the contemporary audience as well, and that's how Stylery was born. So we do have online, a site where you can place your orders, and we also have a standalone offline store, and it is also available across all the NAC jewelers. So we try to balance it out, because online, mostly, the ticket sales, the ticket items that we sell is priced somewhere between the 10 to 20,000 price point. Whereas if they want to buy something a little higher, they want to have the touch and feel, and that's where the online tends to come and pay the balance, so that people can come into the store, do the touch and feel of the product, and then they end up buying the products.
So it's time for a quick rapid fire round. Anand, are you ready?
Sure.
So you have to only answer in a word or max one sentence. So
Okay.
just, short, sweet sentences.
Sure.
So what sets NAC Jewellers apart?
Well, like I said, the three things, which is craftsmanship, design, and quality.
What is the go-to marketing strategy of the brand?
Innovation.
Who do you consider your biggest competition?
Ourselves.
That's a great answer. Any plans for an influencer marketing campaign?
I mean, it's completely unorganized, but yeah, we do play that game as well. So
Okay. So if you want to choose between influencer marketing and celebrity marketing, what would you pick up?
basically, a mix of both would be, the ideal way to go by, because right now influencers are in very much trend. So maybe influencers, I guess.
With the profound sentiments attached to jewelry, particularly during the sacred occasion of weddings, NSC Jewelers tries to forge a deep emotional bond with brides through its exquisite designs and impeccable craftsmanship. So, how does NAC Jewelers cultivate and nurture this emotional connection with brides of India?
So see that basically we have a tagline when it comes to our brand, which is called "Crafting Bonds of Pure Love." So the way we do it is we try and begin our journey way before their marriage, where we try to become part of each and every occasion or an event in that particular family. So when it comes to the wedding, we are not the jeweler anymore, but we are more family as well. So that's how we try to build the bond with them, and how we build the connect, so that when they think of jewelry, they think of us, because we are just, another friend, or, somebody who's part of their family. That's how we try to be, always in the minds, and that's how we attract the brides as well.
As the fifth generation of the illustrious NAC Jewelers family, how do you envision continuing the legacy of your forefathers in today's rapidly evolving jewelry industry?
See, that's basically how we have ensured that we embed our values within the system, within the culture of the organization, so that the values are always the core for us, and that's how we always try to stay relevant to the market. We always try to be relevant to the trends, the designs, what is required right now, what are the brides looking for, what are people looking for in terms of jewelry. It might be anything to do with marketing, or even it might be something to do with technology. So we always try to stay relevant, and I think that's how we will be able to maintain the legacy, because I'm somebody who believes on the process, and when you do the process right, I think the results are guaranteed.
Perfect. So thank you so much, Anand, for joining us today.
Thank
This
you.
entire conversation was very insightful. I really loved the part where you said that it takes 6 to 8 months for you all to research
Yeah.
and then, put out new collections. So that was quite insightful. I wish you and NAC Jewellers nothing but continued success. All the very best.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you. Time for a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
For a new brand like us, I think online is the best medium to enter. We created one product, Haldamrit, which had turmeric as a major component. And that product was so tasty that kids, they were really liking it.
Now it's time to talk about the next big thing in the business world in our next segment coming right up.
Now it's time for some marketing, spice, and everything nice. Today, in the next big thing, we are talking about a masala brand that caught everyone's attention on Shark Tank. It's called Zone of Fresh Food, also known as ZOFF. I have with me the co-founder of ZOFF, Akash Agarwal. Hello, Akash.
Hello.
Welcome to Kiska brand Bajega, Marketing All Stars.
Thank you.
ZOFF was founded in 2018 by you and your brother Ashish. 5 years and lakhs of happy customers later. How has the journey been for you? Could you please tell me more about that initial days?
It's been a roller coaster ride when we started this brand. We had our family business, that's manufacturing of steel. But diverting from that business to food, you can say that time excitement was there, but we have seen the challenges, creating a brand. Starting from incorporating the company, then researching about the plant, because we have one of the art of the state plant, and then researching on our packaging. That was for the first time we introduced Ziploc packaging in India in spices. And then building up the team, then COVID came, then entering into the e-commerce marketplace. So it's been 6 years we started this brand, and selling from metric ton to gram. I think that was another thing which I think most of the people has asked me how difficult it was. So this has been the real change we have witnessed, in this last 6 years.
How tough has it been getting to where we are now, especially when it comes to breaking into the marketplace? Changing the way things have always been done is not small task.
So see, when we thought of starting a food brand, it was all about the vision. We, from college days, me and my brother, we always wanted to, create our own brand. That is something which we have started. So when we came from Australia by completing our MBA, so food was something that was in our mind, because we have seen the standards out there, the food safety norms and the food quality standards. So when we entered with food, and especially spices, because spices is considered as one of the most adulterated product in India.
Okay.
So definitely it was a challenging market, because in India there are thousands of brands, you can say. Every nukkad, every district, every village, you'll find a spices brand. So the vision of becoming a national brand, definitely it was tough, but we tried some different thing, entering into e-commerce, getting the business from marketplaces. So that was the idea, rather than fighting with all the locals and players who are working the general trade market. So I've read somewhere the blue ocean, red ocean strategy. So just don't enter into the red ocean like if there are so many players, because you don't get chance to grow up.
True.
Nobody was focusing on the e-commerce that time, and various marketplaces. So that was the advantage which we took with this strategy, and we started selling through. And it's been like 3-4 years after COVID, and we can see the amount of response which we have got. And even after the Shark Tank thing, consumer considered as a preference when they want to buy spices through e-commerce.
Moving away from your dad's steel business, what was the driving factor of your entry into this FMCG market?
We have done our MBA in marketing, and that was something which you can say was in our blood, like being a Marwadi, ease of doing business, marketing, that's in our blood.
Okay.
So FMCG was something which was exciting us, and we felt that, okay, in this space we can create a brand. In FMCG, we chose food, and in food, we chose spices.
How did you identify the market gaps, and what was your first plan of action once you found there is a gap?
Yeah, so very interesting question. See, first of all, the exposure which we got, like while doing my MBA abroad, and I got chance to roam around so many other countries. When we started our research, we found out that market is huge. That time it was around 60,000, 70,000 crore market. Today is like nearly 1 lakh crore market. So market was huge, but the unorganized portion was very high. So out of, let's say, 60,000 crore that time, so hardly 10, 12,000 crore was organized, rest was unorganized. So here you get the gap, because if India will grow, if India wants to become the third largest economy and maybe the superpower by 2047, definitely these small things will change.
True.
So these were the small basic things we found out, that how we can provide convenience to the consumer. Because in this today's world, if the consumer is not getting the convenience, then they will not shift from other brand to your brand.
Did you encounter any obstacle challenges throughout the journey of building ZOFF?
I'll say if you're in a business and if you're not facing competition, that there is some problem, you can say.
Okay.
If you want to become big, then you have to enter into the competition world.
Okay.
Otherwise, you cannot become big. So we knew that competition is huge, but other side we knew the population is huge. You have consumer who can consume your product. If you ask me, I am never afraid of competition. It's just about doing your business in a different way.
Okay, so there is no specific, strategy like that. Just focus on
Just
what you.
focus on your product, how to sell, what's your strategy, where you don't have to fight with other players.
What is that one product of ZOFF that you are extremely proud of, and why?
We created one product, Haldamrit, which had turmeric as a major component because it was the source of the to improve the immune system. Apart from that, we added few other ingredients. That was our recipe, and that product was so tasty that even turmeric milk, kids were drinking like they were really liking it. So for the first time, no one was saying no to turmeric milk.
Which offer better results, offline or online?
For a new brand like us, I think online is the best medium to enter.
Rate this products out of 10. Archie.
So 7,
Any specific reason for that?
their taste and all the preferences of South, so that's why.
RMD.
RMT, you can give similar figure like 7.
Everest.
Everest, you can give like 10 out of 10. I think that's the company to look after. They have done something brilliant in the spices category.
Bacha Masala.
You can give 8. Yeah.
ZOFF.
So let's the consumer decide. Like,
No, you as a consumer.
so maybe I can give myself like 8.5 to 9 something.
Describe ZOFF in one word.
So ZOFF stands for quality.
What's your vision for ZOFF? Where do you see the brand in the next 5 years? What's your plan of action for that?
So in next 5 years, we want to become number 1 in e-commerce space in spices, and top 10 players in overall in terms of revenue. So that's our initial milestone which we have set for the ZOFF in the next coming 5 years. Plan of action is we are present all across e-commerce platforms, all the quick e-com. So we want to scale in each platform, because in some platform we got listed 4 years back, in some platform 2 years back, some platform 1 year back. So we want to have a good share in that platform. If you ask me, like nearly I want 10% of my share from each platform. So that will help me in becoming the number 1 player in e-commerce. Secondly, we are about to raise fund. So raising fund and getting good share in the e-commerce is our next plan of action, which will help us, in achieving the milestone which we have set.
My last question to you. What's that one golden advice you have for the budding entrepreneurs?
To become a good entrepreneur, start with your mindset. You create your startup in your mind, then you create in reality. And unless you have a very strong mindset, you cannot become a good entrepreneur. So mindset is something which every entrepreneur should look at. If you don't have that level of mindset, take your time, develop that, then come into entrepreneurship. Secondly, it's you who will create your startup. Someone won't come and create it. So hustle has to be from your side. It's you who will do every work from beginning till it reaches to a certain height. So have a strong mindset and become a hustler. Then only you can become a good entrepreneur in today's time.
Akash, Thank you so much for joining us today. It was great talking to you. All the very best to you and ZOFF for the future ahead.
With that, we have arrived at the end of today's episode of Kiska Brand Bajega Marketing All Stars. Until next time, take care.